Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're gonna do chain adjustment and lube. It's a newish chain, got about, I don't know, a couple hundred miles ago, 600, 800, somewhere around there. It's breaking in and it's a little loose right now, plus it's dirty and gotta clean it. So we're gonna do both those for you today. First thing you're gonna wanna do, get it up on a rear stand so this can spin freely. You can either do this with the bike on or off. I do it with it on and running in first gear. It just makes it easier so I don't have to keep spinning it while I apply the cleaning agent and then I apply the grease or the new wax. I'm using chain wax, Maxima Racing Oils, chain wax, chain lube. And that's what I'll use at the end. I'm going to use WD-40 to get the old stuff off. You're not... This is an X-ring chain. I don't know if that means anything as far as O-rings or not, and I've never had any degradation doing this on previous chains. They still lasted 20,000 miles, so I don't have a problem, but it's not recommended. You can use kerosene, works fantastic. Buy it at any local store. Anyway, you're going to need cleaning agent, paper towels, chain wax, and a toothbrush. You can buy a special grunge brush to get all three sides. I just have an old toothbrush I've been using. And let's go. Alright, I'm going to let that run for a little bit, get it all over. Since I'm not spinning it by hand, it's going much faster. So I'm going to hold it down on this. I'm not going to clean it near the gear. I've had my A toothbrush get stuck in between the sprocket and the chain before and pulled around, and I didn't get hurt or anything, but don't take that chance. I'm just using that to break it up, and then I'm holding this paper towel on there to get all that nastiness off. It's not too bad since I stopped riding on dirt roads, stopped riding in the rain, since I got a car now, but still gets dirty. It's getting a lot better. It's not coming off as black anymore, so that's how at least I can tell that the grunge and grime is getting off of there. Excuse me. So yeah, it's definitely not coming off as black anymore. Now, if you do want to get the sprocket, you can. Don't do it down here. That's where it, like, the sprocket and chain meet. This is where they end. Stick it up here, so that way it's not gonna affect you or like get stuck, get caught, or anything like that. Yeah, coming off not as dirty already. It's super quick, super easy. Supposed to do it every 600 to 1,000 miles, or after you ride in the rain. Sometimes my life gets too busy, and I go a little bit longer. or if I'm on a road trip or something like that. But something super easy, super simple to do. Adjusting the chain, which we'll do in a sec here, takes a little bit longer just because it takes a little bit of finesse and adjustment to get everything centered and aligned correctly, and then the right tension on top of that. All right, next, chain wax. And I do have the garage door open, so I'm not like suffocating myself in here. Just a light coat on top like this, get it all the way around. I do this side as well. It's not, you know, that's not where it meets or anything, and then I do a little bit up here. You can see it changing color. It's a little green. It's a green color, so you can see that. And then I'm going to let it work itself around. I'm actually going to spray some up here by the front sprocket as well. You can take this cover off. There's a couple Allens to get to the front sprocket if you need to. I haven't done that in a while. I don't have to right now. Back when I used to use an actual grease, it would accumulate in there and I'd have to clean it out every once in a while. Now I just use that spray on wax and it works fantastic for what I do. And that would be it. So, put it back in neutral and shut it off. So that's that. You got your chain lubed up, cleaned up, lubed up. Super easy. Now, if it's too loose like mine was, here's what you're going to do. Find yourself a torque wrench with a 22 millimeter socket. You're also going to need a 12 and 14 millimeter. Smaller wrenches, you can use adjustable if you want. You're going to want to get this loose, like so. So you can actually move it back. You don't have to take it off, but until, I'm still not finger tight or finger loose, until you can spin it with your fingers. There we go. Now you're going to want to take the 12 millimeter. There's two nuts right here. First one is 12. Oops, wrong way. No, I was going the right way. You're going to want to loosen this one. This is your locking. Your locking nut. You're going to need to hold this front one while you move the back one. There we go, got it loose. Back that one off, and there is two, one on each side. See, this is the 14. There we go. That one's loose. And now, on each side of the axle, you'll see this mark to line up. And this moves. It's not super accurate. And I've done this a few times, I know, on my bike, where it's supposed to be. So it's a little loose. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. That's good. Now, you got to look at the mark. It's a little bit forward of the third line. So is this one. And check the attention. A little tight. Do a half turn, half turn. So now it's a little loose. Come on. We'll do a quarter turn there. Come on, you. And a quarter turn there. And I'm pulling on the back tire to make sure everything's tight. That's good. So now first thing you gotta do, check the alignment. I'm pulling up on both of these to make it centered a little bit before that line. And this one's really far forward toward the second line. So right now, instead of going straight, the rear tires are doing that. So I gotta loosen this one up, I think. Let me see. Nope, it's going the wrong way. So loosen this one up and tighten this one up a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Yep, loosening this one brings it forward. And that check slack is a little tight. So I'm going to just loosen this one a little bit, pull back on the rear tire. All right, track slack is good. That's there, and that's there. It's perfect. Right where I need it to be. Now, torque wrench, get it tightened. If you look in the manual, it'll tell you axle nut, 65 foot-pounds, 90 newton meters. Lock nut, which is the back one, 14 millimeter, 16 newton meters or 11 foot-pounds. So adjust your torque wrench to 65 foot-pounds. Tighten it up and start tightening. Okay. Get in there. Jesus Christ. There we go, 65 foot-pounds. Now the back tire isn't going anywhere. It's lined up. So now you can tighten these to your 11 foot-pounds. If you don't have a torque wrench, 65 foot-pounds is a lot more than you think. So tighten it until it's really tight on the axle nut. You definitely don't want that coming loose. Back here, if this is tight, these being loose doesn't matter. But what you're going to want to do is get these tight. And 11 foot-pounds is probably a half turn, a little bit more past finger tight. So there's that. Finger tight. Oop, wrong way. Quarter turn. A little bit more then. And tight. Still lined up. Still lined up. So we're good. Tires lined up. Chain slack is adjusted. Cleaned. Didn't take that long. Super easy to do yourself. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Any comments, please ask. Leave ideas for future videos, anything you want to see. And I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good day.